Only 26,000 people in queue ahead. That's actually a pretty good queue, so let's just hope we don't get kicked out. But it doesn't start in another 30 minutes anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, I have two builds. There are two builds I usually try to play. Never succeed. Erupting Fever. Is guild even good? And I don't know. I don't know if it's worth going Blood Magic or not. I think Blood Magic is good. But you can get so many auras otherwise, I think. Like, if you go Blood Magic, you can't go Blood and Sand easily. Blood and Sand is super strong. Well, not Blood and Sand, but the other one. Flesh and Stone. Is really, really good. Hello, Amir. How's it going? And if you go Blood Magic, you basically have to go Pride. You can't go anything else. That's the issue. We are going to play Path of Exile, and I don't want to play Path of Exile. Nothing else I want to do, so I might as well play the League start. See how it goes. These are just the abilities in the game, I'm just looking at them. My messages keep failing? Well, it's because you're on YouTube. Oh, Reguline. How's it going? I'm just looking at potential other builds I could try. But there's just not much. I'm gonna play Cleave again. Last league I played Cleave and it was fucking shit, and then I died. We're gonna do it again. Otherwise I could play Void Sphere, which is also dog shit. Void Sphere Witch, I think. Could play Void Sphere Templar as well, because Templars get insane area of effect size. Could also play Ball Lightning. I like Ball Lightning. Ball Lightning Templar, make them huge. Normally Ball Lightning is tiny, but you can make it be like 10 times as big. You just shoot one ball and it just goes over the screen and just kills everything. Is it good? I don't think so, but it's fun. Kinda. The league doesn't start for another 25 minutes, so I'm just gonna look at some skills and stuff. And lament my existence. Hello, Lightblight. Don't really like bow builds. I could play a bow build in Path of Exile 2, maybe, but the thing I don't like about bow builds is that I don't like a pure bow build. That's something I would like to have. You know, you play melee and you have a bow. Then that has to make sense within the game as well. Can't do that here. They just have so many abilities, but I just don't feel like there are any builds that are really interesting at all. You should have blended your smoothie better. Vortex. They have too many abilities. They should have focused more on support gems. I think that's one of my biggest issues with PoE 1. Because the support gems are actually super lame. You don't do anything with them. They don't really add anything. Like, if I'm playing melee build, I'm going to get brutality. It makes me do more damage. I'm going to get multi-strike. It makes me attack multiple times and does more damage. I'm going to get melee physical damage. It adds more damage. I'm gonna use Ruthless. It gives you more damage. Like it just doesn't do anything. It's literally just you get a bunch of gems that increase the number on your main gem. they don't actually change anything, or it's not about make your own ability. It's like that hasn't been a thing ever. You just kind of just put things in there and then you get more damage. You got cassava flour nachos. All right. That's very sad. Yeah. I think playing Gladiator would be better than Slayer in reality, but you can't play Gladiator with a 200 sword or 200 weapon. There's no real... No, you can't do it. No matter where you go, you're gonna lose out on something. Gladiator can only play sword and shield or dual wielding. Ranger, I don't even know what I would play. I feel like the second you come over here and you start messing around with melee, you pretty much only do poison builds or like cast on crit. His skill tree is too big? No, it's not. It's too dog shit. It's too shallow. Doesn't do anything. No, it's not. Other skills could be nice. There aren't really that many that feel like they're even fun. These kind of play like a blood wizard. Reap. A bloody scythe swipe. Bloody scythes swipe around the selected area, hitting enemies with physical damage. Area of boiling blood is left beneath them for a duration which deals physical damage over time. Yeah, they tried adding some physical spells. I'm not a huge fan of the thematics behind them. They also did this with Vol Cleave. Normally a cleave is you just hit them with your sword or your axe or whatever. But then they gave it a Vol version, which is you build up stacks, and then when you have enough you can use a bigger version. But this one like summons a reaper behind you that like attacks with a big scythe, and it doesn't fit in thematically at all with like any build that you can do in the game. It's so weird. Ambush. Cobra Lash is kind of nice. You just throw a bunch of chakrams or whatever. They all bounce on enemies, and then you throw like 15 billion in a cone. They just scatter across the entire screen. And then you do 0 damage on bosses. It's pretty cool. And Venom Gyre is the exact same ability, except instead of bouncing, it just turns to you. At least the spells have like different shapes and stuff. You can almost feel like you're playing a different build if you pick another spell. $13 minutes. So unhyped, holy shit. Oh my god. From what I understand, this mechanic is that you can find like tattoos or something. That's the current league. You can find tattoos. And Do you even know how Path of Exile works? Every 3 months there's a new league, and they have a new league mechanic that is just something new. And then they maybe add it to the game if it was not dog shit. They're just little items that you equip on your passive tree, and then they do something. It's... okay. Whatever. Projectiles from supported skills return to you. See, they like making stuff like this, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't actually matter, like, for anything. Okay, projectiles return, okay. This is just another way to get a little bit more damage. That's it. Doesn't change anything. Yep. Arrogance. This is like the most interesting gem in the entire game. That's why I'm using it. And it's still very interesting. It makes an ability do more damage against bleeding enemies, but it can't cause bleeding. That means you have to have 2 abilities. But it's still not, it's not worth doing, because it's like, it's maybe like 10% more damage compared to having 1 ability, and if you have that other 1 ability instead, you can probably just do more damage anyway. Generally. 7 minutes. I also wanted to make melee, like, chaos damage build on the left side of the tree, because there's an armor that gives you an aura, like a degen aura, that does chaos damage over time around you. It was also impossible to do. Nothing works. Here as well, there's this thing here called Trinity Support. And it looks pretty cool when you look at it. What it does is when you use like a fire ability that's linked to it, it gains 25 fire stacks. And I don't know how much it gains. But it gains some stacks. And elemental skills get a bonus damage, like to their damage, based on the lowest stack that you have. So you're supposed to stack up fire, ice, and lightning, and then like keep it rotating so that you always have like high stats. Then you'll do more damage with fire, lightning, and ice. So I looked at this and I was like, oh, okay, maybe you can use this with. There used to be a node that gave you. I don't think it's around anymore. This one. Hits that deal elemental damage remove exposure to those elements and inflict exposure to other elements. Exposure inflicted this way applies minus 25% to resistances. So what you could do was you could use like a fire spell, and then that made them get less resistance to everything else. And then you used an ice spell and then a lightning spell, and you could do that. And this felt like it would kind of do the same thing. But in reality, this support literally only works with like 2 skills in the entire game. Because there are 2 skills, one called Elemental Hit and one called Wild Strike. And what they do is they do random element damage every time you attack. So that's what this is for. It's literally just more damage for Wild Strike and Elemental Hit. That's the only way that you can link this to 3 elements without wasting all of those slots for the skills. So it doesn't actually work in any interesting way. It's literally just more passive damage for that one ability. Just like all the other support gems. There's just it doesn't do anything. It's just more number. I think the only thing here that actually does something is cast on crit. But that's just like an alternative way of casting a spell. So it also doesn't actually do anything. But you're still just using Cyclone, and it just looks a bit different. In reality, you just made like a lightning Cyclone, that's all you did. Two more minutes. We're in queue. So excited. This doesn't even affect my bleed. This is just attack damage, so it doesn't give me more bleeds. I might as well get the... Oh, never mind. Well, it's more attack speed. I don't have accuracy, so... Should I go with the witch build? Don't really like playing witch because I think energy shield is one of the worst defense mechanics ever invented. You can apply an additional curse. Do I want an additional curse? I don't really necessarily think so. It's ticking! Man, I don't know. I think we'll just go cleave build. I did play that last time, but we also played Ruthless last time, and Ruthless was absolutely horrendous. The worst mode I have ever seen. Boomer mode is what that's called. That's for people who think that 2 buttons are too many, so they were like, let's make a separate mode where you can only have 1 button. 15,000 people. They removed... Like Diablo 2 has leap and teleport, and they were like, no, that's too much. So they removed that. So you can't have leap or teleport anymore. So it was mandatory to have a flask that made you not collide with enemies, so you could walk through them and get out when enemies would like randomly swarm you. It was just, oh, it was just so stupid. Why would you do this? And having to grind just to get through the story. Jesus Christ. Like, you basically had to re-roll your character before you even finished the story, because they wouldn't give you skills or support gems. So if like halfway through you actually got a skill you'd like to use, then you'd just have to re-roll and make a new character. Oh. Thanks. Because you can't, normally you can just buy them all. But not in Ruthless. It was like, it's like instead of realizing that the skill gem system is, or like, it's obsolete, like it doesn't matter. They were like, let's force it to matter. Let's not change it so that it's better, let's force the game to make skill gems matter. By making the game 10 times worse. That was the idea. Like, I get it. They wanted the idea to be like, oh, you're just like playing, then you get a new skill, and that's what you're gonna use now, because you just equip that. We're like, wow, this is such a cool skill, but it's just not practical. And that's just never what happens. You just get like a fucking mace skill when you're using a sword or something. And you don't have a mace. Now what? They seem to have some developers who have some freaking sense for Path of Exile too. They removed all the life from the passive tree, which is amazing. Like, just that change alone is like, the game is 10 times better. But then it depends on if they're making actually worthwhile things on the passive tree instead of just more damage, because that's the only thing you can grab. It's just like, it doesn't matter. It's just, if I want to do bleed damage, you go get the bleed node. If you want to use the sword, you go get the sword node. If you want to do impale, you go get the impale node. Why is it even a thing? There are other things in the tree that they could keep. For example, onslaught on kill. You kill enemies, and that gives you onslaught, which makes you faster and attack faster. That's a real build, like that's a real thing. That's like mechanically that it does anything. And if you had more stuff like that, where it was more about getting functionality for your character, That would be, you know.
Sin has led you here, your path inked in the blood of gratuitous murder. You have betrayed the Grand Arena.
Well, I haven't really paid attention whether they've changed the camera angle in Fury 2, because the camera angle is atrocious.
Even the dead rise to challenge me here.
It was like they looked at Diablo 2 and they were like, you know what? This camera angle is too good. We need to make a camera angle that fucking sucks ass. And then they did that. That's what they did. Come here, Brutus. Oh yeah, you had to farm alts just to get skill gems. Do you like this video game? Why do you think I would like this video game? Have I ever said that I like this video game?
It's nice not to be dead yet.
Now there's Lionel.
There's an fine work with.
What the fuck? Give me cleave.
Farewell.
That's what we want. We want cleave. Oh, big dam. Let's put the big dam there. Put that there, and cleave goes there. Oh yeah. We can sell the things.
Pleasant of arenas, but it'll have to do.
Yeah. Hello. Goodbye.
Get more damage first, even though I don't really want that node. Though I think that node is still probably better. there's no point in picking up the blue two-handers quite yet. I do, however, need to look up the
My spirit is spent.
recipe for making fist damage weapons. Never remember. Wow. Identify a rare. We finished the challenge. Whoop. Oh. Kill me, bro. I didn't even know you could get silver coins anymore. Okay. Trial of Ascensions. That's something new. They reused the silver coins for something. We can gather all of these. Maybe we get a level before we go kill the necromancer.
Couldn't ask for a better training ground than Ray class.
Leave me alone. We can respec later. You get anything worth... Oh, we do have new gloves. But otherwise, not really. Alright, let's see. How hard is he going to kick my ass? We got him.
My spirit is spent.
Copper sword, that's OP, I think. Let's see. Can't equip the gem combo. Well, it's not equipped properly anyway. Cleave goes there. Double strike goes there. Copper goes there. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Getting the damage right away is more important than getting more attack speed and stuff. Sniper's mark? That's trash. I don't even know why I picked it up. Holy shit! That was close. Not that we're playing on hardcore, but I'm playing it like it's hardcore, kinda. Oh, I don't have a hat.
My spirit is spent.
I don't think I have shoes either. But here you pop a scroll, I think. That's the right path. Plus 30 health. That's quite a lot at this point. I'm gonna die! Reroll the character. Skill-based death. They had bonus crit. And when you crit, you automatically apply your elemental ailment, and for ice that's frozen, and then you are just perma-stunned because you don't have bottle that can remove it, because that's the only thing in the entire game that can do anything. I like grabbing stuff on the tree that makes something remove something, like you can make guard skills to remove bleed and stuff. You can make war cries remove being like burning and frozen and shit, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe it just removes bleeding. Because if you don't, then you have to have bottles for everything. You have to have a bottle that removes burning, you have to have one for poison, you have to have one for bleeding, you have to have one for frozen. Thank you, Lifeline. think we want anything else. And then you exit to character selection, log in again. That's a town portal.
I don't.
We get ruthless.
Take care.
We get... Is there anything else we want here? We can get blood and sand, I guess. Dash, steel skin. Want both of these. Let's get steel skin.
A necro. I've traveled. Stay sharp out there.
Yes?
And she can sell me dash. Is that the only one you've got here? Can get molten shell here, but I think I need molten shell. It's like either you use molten shell or you spec into guard skills to make steel skin not ass. Because it lasts for 1.5 seconds, while molten shell lasts for 3 seconds. Dash. Blood and sand's not worth equipping. Hate that you have to do this every season. Fire-res? Oh yeah.
Hello.
I think you can sell 3 potions. You get a big potion, yeah. Do that.
Yes?
We do get this right. And over the silver coin. I think my town portal disappeared. For whatever reason. I didn't use one. I must have just taken too long or something.
I can't do this just yet.
Oh shit. Oh shit, this skill is so ass. Well, we'll get Leaps to Lamb eventually. Rustic Sash? Oh yeah. It's almost time to upgrade to a two-hander. Need to actually get one. But it's not really worth it. You just go with whatever you got at the moment. Does the most damage.
My spirit is spent.
Longsword. That has potential. OP? Oh. Does have more damage, but Not in a nice way. I'll go get the other node there too. I think it's worth it at least. It's 10% accuracy. It does give... Yeah, see, it's the accuracy that makes it worse, because we're not going to use accuracy. But it might be good for now at least. Plus it's 10% attack speed. And more movement speed.
I can't do this just yet.
Ouch. God damn.
It's to be a cage fight then. I can live with that.
Wait, I didn't go all the way in. I'm retarded. Maybe finish it. Oh.
I can't do this just yet. Ha! My fans in Orient will barely recognize me.
Why did they die? I didn't... Oh, there he is.
I do love the stink of victory.
I want the sash. Pick it up. Alright. There.
Is the strongest metal of them all.
Ooh, cold resistance ring. That is what we need. Now, I did get this. That. Go up here. Let's see. Path of Exile recipes. Belt. Rustic sash. Okay, so we need a blacksmith's whetstone. I think I might have that. I think it might be a bit premature to do it though. But we did just start getting these long swords. I think it's probably time. Maybe the alk is too much. I don't think we have a transmutation. Maybe we don't need to. Nope. Oh, we do have one. Do have one there. But we don't need to, because it just gave me an properly rolled sword. Yeah. Now we're OP. Then we can just do something silly, just like alk this sapphire ring. Made it super, super good.
can't do this just yet.
So when do I turn on an actual soundtrack? Brutus, where are you? There he is. And he did.
Skill beats size every time.
Yep. Don't know why they decided to put him outside his arena. Lightning Res hat. I don't have any sockets to put that into. What have you got for me? Life tap, maim, melee splash, fire damage, faster attacks. Don't really want any of them. I'm gonna take life tap.
Goodbye.
So I am extremely ready to get rid of the pocket system. It is so bad. Just get rid of them. Leap Slam. Vitality.
Stay sharp out there.
Hello.
Leap. Slam. Vitality. Position. Well, we don't have enough for that.
Well,
Now we don't have enough skill sockets. Yep.
You're a fine blade in need of forging, Jewel.
I can't do this just yet.
There, that's a big node. Accuracy does still matter. Until like level 40 when we can finally get rid of it. See those keystones? That's what the passage tree should have been. They could literally remove the entire passage tree and just give you like 3 or 4 points that you can just put into some random things like onslaught on kill or something like that, and the keystones.
My spirit is spent. I almost feel sorry for these doomed sea dogs.
Opened a new club? Yeah. Alright.
I can't do this just yet.
Thread stuck till we meet again, perhaps.
And then we go down here. Have to take a large detour through the tree. I don't know what these silver coins are, but generally speaking, whenever there's a new league, they put the league on every map, but it's not worth doing the league until you just get to maps or something. It's better to just finish the story. Having to do the story is still the most out-of-date fucking concept ever. It is so tiresome. Other thing with playing Frenzy is I don't know if it's actually going to feel very good with two-handed sword, but it's not like Frenzy in other games. Like playing Frenzy in Diablo 3 or Diablo 2. Because here we can actually stack the Frenzy in other ways too. Just killing monsters and whatnot. And it doesn't disappear as fast either. Let's see. We don't have the default loot filter enabled. Where is this? Where is it? There. It's all the way over there? That's like the furthest away I've ever seen him be.
day
And don't
that I
pick
get
up
to
random
do.
trash.
Thank you, Fairgraves.
My bad. If you must.
Earth shatter, shattering steel, sweep, lacerate. You get frenzy in Act 2. I'm not so sure there's anything actually worth getting here. Heavy strike is a piece of shit. Double strike is better in every way. We have that already. Single target. I think puncture is probably actually better. Single target. Than double strike. Because with puncture you can just hit them and then you can run away. Then they just follow you and take like infinite amounts of damage. If I had more sockets, I could buy some gems, but ain't got shit.
Be well. What little help I can offer. Farewell.
We go through Golem's blood, because Golem's blood is... Wait, no, we don't go through Golem's blood, we go... No, I'll take Golem's blood. It's just super OP. 1.6% life regen. This node is actually good too, but we'll skip it. Because it gives you all elemental rests. It's just really nice while you're leveling. I could go in and just spend 2 levels here, just to grab it. Respec it later. Perhaps. Oh, well, I don't need to respec it. It can just look like that, right? And then we go over here. Here I could opt to take the bleed. Or we can skip that and just rush resolute technique. Nah, let's take the bleed. We take the bleed, go resolute technique, and then take this bleed. Because then we have all the bleed nodes. And it feels like shit until you have all the bleed nodes. Like, absolutely horrendous. Because the idea is to apply the bleed and then single target with frenzy, so we do both bleed damage and we do more damage because they have bleed on them, so we get like, you know, in theory, or wishful thinking, it should be nice, but in reality it sucks ass because bleeds are fucking trash. Unless you apply them in like 2 different ways out of all the ways to apply it in the entire game. And it's not that they're just like bad, it's that they're fucking garbage. Like doing literally anything else is like like 100,000 times stronger. This game is so hilariously poorly balanced. It is absolutely the most absurd balancing situation I've ever seen. Like Blizzard never stand like Blizzard is one of the worst companies in the entire world in the history of gaming when it comes to balance. And they are way better at it. But they've also, I feel like they've also kind of given up, but because the game, because of how singular everything is in this game, the only way to play it is to like pick one skill and then you grab like 6 different ways to scale it to make it better. And that means that since all the abilities are literally the same ability, it's just like, okay, which ability gives the biggest bleed, and then you take that one. And then you're like, okay, how do I scale it up the most? And then you do that. And usually it's like not in a thematic way or anything. It's just in the most unfun way you can imagine. Like if you try to play like a poison assassin or something, you don't have a choice. You have to have a totem. You have to have a totem that casts a spell called Wither. And Wither just increases damage taken from chaos damage. You have to have that on bosses, otherwise your damage is like 30% worse. Even though like you don't want to play curses or anything, but you don't have a choice because there's like you don't have limited slots in any way that matter where you can pick something else or something like that. It's just like, no, like everybody has to have curses. If you don't have a curse, you're a retard, because you can have a curse. And that's just absolutely not how you want customization to be. It should be like, okay, I'm playing like a sword guy without curses. Okay. Or I'm playing a sword guy with curses. And both of it should be fine. Right? Like you should have to sacrifice something for having that curse. Unfortunately, in PoE 2, it's still gonna be the same, because they're gonna have like 9 skill slots or something that you can put stuff into. Instead of having it in your gear, it's just gonna be like 9 skills. And because they have such a large number, that means that you're just gonna have all the mechanics on all the great characters, pretty much. You're gonna have to have auras, and you're gonna have to have curses, and you're gonna have to have... So they have limited it in PoE 2. They added, like in this game, you use your health or your mana to reserve like auras and stuff. You get less health and you get less mana. But in PoE 2, I think all of that is going to be using Spirit, which is a new resource. So there it might be more that you have to spec into Spirit to be able to use everything. And that might change it for the better. Like PoE 2 does genuinely have some potential. But only some.
Stand at death's door.
I'm still very worried.
Looks fair, Mervale.
Areso's Dream. How the fuck are they already over there?
I thought.
We can get more damage here. I am not finding enough identification scrolls. This is insane.
While we live, we are blessed. Yes? Take care.
Alright, where's my rustic sash? Make it magic. Got cold resistance. Let's make this one magic. There we go. And then we need one of these.
Yes?
And then selling these should give me new sword, but it's like barely worth it. This one has 19 quality. This isn't worth it. One we have is better. Alright, fine.
Farewell. Hello? While we live, we are blessed.
So I can make it open to the public. Alright. Jesus Christ. I want more sockets. I mean, yeah, if you're in it to win the whole championship, then yeah. If you miss one, then you're fucked.
Hello?
You have to do it with like seasons or something to reset it.
Damn. Farewell.
Yeah. Makes sense.
can't do this just yet.
Gibbs didn't comment on my animation, he hates me. Man, why is everything running so fucking shit? Like, why is the stream lagging? How is the stream lagging? How is that even possible? I'm playing Path of Exile. How is it possible? How is my GPU capped playing Path of Exile? Like, what is... I don't fucking understand. Yeah, but I've had a 1060 for like 4 years now, and I played Path of Exile like 100 times. So why is it all of a sudden doing this?
You and the road. Greetings.
I greet you. Remember to live.
I have fare you well.
Oh shit! OP boots. Fortunately, it's on my cleave slot. Whatever. I thought it was just Black Desert, but now all of a sudden, it's like fucked in everything. Where's my cleave? My cleave is gone. Did I unequip the cleave? I have no idea what the temps are like. Let's see what Armory Crate says. I fucking hate this program. It says something at least. GPU 75. That's not much higher than it has ever been. It's just fucked. I need to buy a new GPU anyway. I'm gonna do that later. If there's a Christmas sale on 4060s or whatever. I don't like Radeon cards either. Jesus Christ! This guy's fucking immortal. I wouldn't mind buying a Radeon card, but I fucking hate Crimson. I like... AMD's control panels make me want to fucking blow my brains out. They're so retarded. I don't know what it's called now. When I used it, it was called Crimson. And it looked like a gamer drink, like a gamer soda. And it was fucking transparent. Couldn't find anything in it. That's why I went back to Nvidia because of that. That's the only reason. I don't like Nvidia. Now I might buy Nvidia purely because I'm actually a bit familiar with Nvidia's GPU profiling tools. This looks a lot less retarded than Crimson did, for sure. Well, I'll look into it more around New Year's, Christmas time. I'm aiming for like a 4060 if that goes on sale. Maybe we'll go Radeon, I don't know. The thing is, if I buy another Nvidia, I can just keep both of my cards in. Just for like monitor slots. Right now I have an Nvidia card in. That's my main GPU, and I have a Radeon card as well. Like a really dogshit Radeon card. On the monitors that use the Radeon card, if I play a YouTube video above like 420p or something, it lags the entire computer, like even on the other GPU. So it's like not a great setup exactly. Some websites, like on my right, I have those two monitors, and that's where I usually have websites and stuff. I have 4 monitors, plus a TV, plus a drawing tablet. And if you open up like a wiki or something, they always insist on having a fucking stream embedded there, and when the stream opens up, it lags the entire computer. That's why sometimes I'm just sitting here like swearing at streams that are just popping up. It's like a window that's this big, but it's actually streaming like 720p, so the monitor can't handle it, or the GPU can't handle it. I know it's not fine, because I have 2 VGA monitors, one HDMI monitor, and one DVI monitor. But no, it's not. It's not fine. Adapters cost a fortune. They're like $30 a pop. But yeah, I do have a bunch of adapters already. It's and they keep changing the ports as well. They're like, should it be HDMI? No, it should be DisplayPort. No, it should be mini DisplayPort. And they can't make up their goddamn minds. Wouldn't mind getting some new monitors. Yeah, I don't know what mine has. It has like one HDMI. But mine isn't modern anymore. I mean, I still think it is, but it doesn't think it is. Come on. What can we find here? That's pretty good. What about you? Like, yeah, it's better. That gives us more damage. And then just that one to get rid of identification.
I can't do this just yet.
Speak.
There.
What? Going? Hello.
Hello.
Travel far.
Oh, reward. Give me belt. Give me another flask.
Be well.
There is so much yet to be learned.
No, I can't use it because it's identified. Or unidentified. I should go to the second-hand store though and see if they have some new monitors there, but all my other monitors are 4.3, which is actually really, really nice. Because they just fit on the desk. If I buy anything newer, they're gonna be widescreen. They're not gonna fit on the desk. Which would suck.
I do love the stink of victory. I believe in traveling light.
Scoop donated $43? Holy shit, dude, thanks. Got those Bitcoin monies. How has that Elon Musk stuff affected the, like, I don't know exactly how reliant on Bitcoin you are, or crypto in general. Like, the thing where they just sold everything, is that something that, like, actually affects people? I completely exited, like, just now, because of that. Like small, okay. You had the insider trading knowledge. You knew he was gonna do it. But yeah, well, good for you, I guess. Seems like you're on your way to not be reliant on it anyway. Unless, unlike poor Oak. Even though he probably has enough money to last him a lifetime. Put down there.
A pity your mind wasn't as swift as your blades, bridge rat.
Maybe that's why I haven't seen him around in a while. Guy's dying.
I have seen.
I wanted to try just turning that rare because it had nice slots, but I don't know if it's worth it. Where's my Alk even? Let's just make it magic. Alright, dude. Thanks for dropping by. Take care. More damage or more resistance? More resistance. I think this is better. Yeah, it has almost the same damage anyway. Plus we could do the trick now.
What do you want?
Let's get rid of that first. So we have some inventory space there. 55 damage. Let's do that. Let's use that instead. Leave there. Stands to bleed.
Travel far.
Yes.
We did get Leap Slam.
The spirit hunts with.
Can't buy any skill gems here. I think faster attack is in Act 1 already.
Go with the spirit.
Vitality, Molten Shell. Double Strike. Oh, my ass. Well, even if we did have faster attacks, I can't fit it. Since when did this have a little spin? I don't remember it spinning like that. Doesn't make me any faster. What have they done? Opus ring. All right, now we have all the ring types. I hope you can make some kind of nice elementalist builds in PoE 2. Multiple elements. The problem with that in most games is that, like if you do it in this game, it's just total garbage because it just takes up too many slots for nothing. Like, what are you getting out of it? Nothing. At best, you can like have Ignite and Freeze and Shock all on one build, but it doesn't really help. Plus, you can just do that with like one skill. You can just use only a fire skill, and you can still do that. So there's no point. And if you do it in Last Epoch, you kind of just end up with pressing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 over and over again. It's not actually interesting.
Shine boldly, so that all may find you when the night falls.
And in PoE 2, it's just gonna be that you create a chain of abilities, because they said that they have that. Where you can kind of create your own Wild Strike. It uses one ability, then another, and then another. So it's just gonna be like a chain of using those abilities, which is gonna be one button. So hyped. Right now we go get bleed.
Ready, Exile? It is
Yeah, I know, I'm so ready.
up you go, little beast. Away! We will be best friends, beast, until we slaughter you. You have been captured, King. You will be a survivor.
I believe I could give the great Duresso a run for his money now.
Old lightning res. Yep. Well, no, we want to sell that. Lightning res gloves. I mean, they're not really better, but they have more sockets. It's not a bad thing. Oh yeah, I need to identify the flask. There. There. Bastard sword. Is that a two-hander?
I believe in traveling light.
Yes. Just to make Einhar happy, let's go find the last piece. Thought it was... I thought we saw it. Maybe not. Gonna be all the way back in the beginning here. Not down here. There. Yeah, I knew I saw it, but I must have forgotten about it. What the fuck? What is happening? What was even blasting all that shit? What the fuck? I don't understand at all. Why were they so insane? Removes curses.
I believe it.
Alright, well, we are done here.
Make it.
Plus 1 level of socketed chaos gems. Don't like wands. Corrupted? What? Why?
You are... Greetings. Stay true to you.
Hello.
Travel far.
What troubles you?
Speed.
Join PvP. Who the hell PvPs at this point in the league? There were 2 PvP lobbies open. You can just equip... I think you can just equip a clarity
A place
on
of
pretty much any build and you're just set mana-wise.
carefully here.
Otherwise I have to get mana leech if I'm not gonna go blood magic. I just like blood magic, but I think it's just usually dog shit. Like, it's nice that you get more life, but you also lose a bunch of damage. And you also lose life regen, can't have... There's so much you can't have. You can maybe run vitality. Was a sapphire ring that I neglected. Let's pick that up. You never know. Maybe we need 2 sapphire rings. I like essences, but I think they're awful. If we do get to endgame, I'm just gonna spec into essences hardcore. Just essences on every single map. I don't like most other League mechanics that they've ever put into the game. I'm not a huge fan.
That thing! It slaughtered everyone! Help me!
They're either too burst heavy, like you need to be super bursty and just play on like low difficulty levels. Just zoom through it to get the most out of it. Like Legion. Legion is dog shit. Legion is literally a DPS check, and if you don't succeed on the DPS check, you fail. That's just how it works. It's just a DPS check. And Temple is also a DPS check. It also sucks dick. Not only that, Temple also takes fucking forever. It's just not enjoyable to do. It's only enjoyable if you always succeed. Meaning... we have to find a trial. Meaning you're always playing on too low difficulty. But that's just something that's never ever gonna be solved with Path of Exile. The game is designed to play on a low difficulty where you just insta-kill everything. You can't play it any other way. Because it's not like the mentality that they've always had is, you know, high risk, high reward. But in reality, it's no risk, maximum reward. Because it's always about not taking the risk, and you just always play on a level where you maximize how many monsters you can kill per second. Because that's basically like soft magic find in a way. If you have to hit 2 times to kill an enemy, versus if you have to kill hit once to kill an enemy, that's like double magic find, almost. Because your kill speed is twice as fast. And if the monsters draw, like if the item level is high enough, then it doesn't matter. Like, going up a level isn't gonna matter. And since all the mechanics are higher level than whatever map you're doing, you always have to play maps that are easier than whatever mechanic you're targeting. Which is why this is one of the worst designed games in history. So retarded.
I believe in traveling light.
Oh my god. Extra crits.
There is a fine line between consideration and hesitation. The former is wisdom, the latter is fear.
Tibbs didn't comment on my animation, he hates me. Blood Rage. Frenzy.
Going?
Double strike, bye bye. You get...
I gave the ebony piety led us.
I think you can get Bloodlust now, but it's not worth getting. Too many items. I cannot identify all of this shit. This here we can do Corrupting Fever if we do Blood Fever. Then everything we do will also apply Corrupting Blood, which is basically a bleed. But if we do, I can't use Flesh and Stone, and Flesh and Stone is really, really OP. Blood Rage. Sure, I think we might want Blood Rage. I wanted to go Warcry, but you can't use Warcries to increase bleed. So that's just fucked.
Yes?
It costs Scrolls of Wisdom. That's the most rare item in the entire game. They're faster attacks. I have to come back. Because I need more identification scrolls. Oh, there we got one.
Yes?
I need Ruthless. There. Well, no, it's not. It's not worth re-rolling those sockets there. Not right now. With Blood Rage,
Goodbye.
Frenzy goes on E.
Hello.
They made Frenzy green. Oh yeah. In Ruthless mode, you couldn't do that. You had to walk the whole way. There's no leap. No travel skills. Oh, wait.
My spirit is spent.
This potion is terrible. Really, really, really bad. Apparently they buffed the ghosts so that they're not retarded anymore, because in the past they would just run away from you. And that was like the first lead. And they finally fixed it, kind of. They made it so that the ghost moves towards other monsters that aren't cursed by them. And they like aggressively seek out rares to possess instead of just running away from you and just if you just got lucky they just ran into something. I don't know why Detonate Dead just doesn't always look like that. Because there are times when Detonate Dead just... It's just instant and invisible and just kills you. Like, why doesn't it always look like that? Because that's, like, fine. Like, who cares? That's a completely acceptable version of a Detonate Dead. Oh. Oh, shit. Are we speccing into Torment and Essence? That could be sick. It could actually be sick.
My spirit is spent.
Oh, we do have a new mana potion. Don't know what it does. Immunity to corrupted blood. Wow, that is so useless.
We, the portal.
Okay. Holy shit, it eats mana. What the fuck? I need clarity. I wonder if you can even buy clarity on this class. I'm not so sure. I don't think so. Well, we'll just take Blood Magic when we get there. It's maybe like 10 levels away, I think. Not that bad. I was expecting to play Blood Magic anyway. What the hell? To go all the way back there?
I can't do this just yet. believe in traveling light.
Okay.
What do you want?
Oh, triple and life? This is like best in slot, dude.
Going?
Unfortunately, it's not linked. We don't have any fusings, and that would also probably have been a waste, but anyway. It is what it is.
Speak.
Still worth it.
Exile.
Sadism. Damaging ailments inflicted with supported skills deal damage 61% faster. 80% less duration. See, this one I'm not so sure if this is worth using in our build. Especially not compared to melee physical dam. We would need another one of. Because it is OP. Deadly ailments. We need that one. Bloodlust. I mean, it's hard to say. It could be worth it. Kind of depends, right?
Goodbye.
However, right now we can't use any of them. Did I actually remember to use the emblem? Maybe I've had it on a really, really slow encoding thing this whole time. Let's try that. Maybe it's fine now. I might have had it on slow encoding. That would explain a lot. Now we're gonna go help Oak. He is pretty juicy. Kind of like Strongbox too. The only thing I don't like about Strongbox is that they should always be identified. It's just a tedious segment because you have to identify them, otherwise you die. It should just be identified. %2 fist damage reduction, 20% increased global fist damage, and regenerate 1 HP per second. For 2 points. Hell yes. I will take that. I almost always take one of them. They're pretty good in my opinion.
You die rather well.
Portal scrolls are just as important as wisdom scrolls because they are wisdom scrolls. You just need to get enough so you can sell them. Get a huge stack. I will never learn this place. It's supposed to have some kind of layout, but I can't see it. Oh, there. Now, swords are probably the worst weapon that we can use for this build. I just like swords, okay. But the build is entirely viable for axes too, so it just really depends on what we find. I'm only taking one sword node, so once so a sword circle. It can easily be replaced. There's only one sword as well. That's the real issue. There's only one sword base that I can use. But there's in reality also only one axe base that we want, so it doesn't really change that much. It's just that I think having an axe means you get bigger bleeds. Simply because they do more damage. Swords have faster attack speed. They also give you stats. Attack speed is good. It's actually really good. And we don't have that much. Which is why it might also be a good choice. Doesn't really matter that much at the end of the day. Hiccup. It's time to stop though.
My spirit is spent.
Okie doke. Chill out. No, I'm big. Fuck you. Kind of like shrines too. Like the basic stuff is a lot nicer. Just give me shrines, ghosts, strong boxes. Nah, I don't know about strong boxes, but essences for sure. Anything but whatever it's called. I hate heist. I hate the temple. I hate the one with the old masters. That one is also awful. That one is the worst. That's literally the worst mechanic in the game by far. Horrendous. Hit tower defense. Tower defense is unplayable. I don't know how people do it. Like, it just doesn't work. I have not once succeeded with a tower defense. Even when I'm doing like red maps and I go do like a level 2 one, or like a white. Light map. I still can't finish it. It's insane. I don't get it. It's because I don't play builds that are meant to annihilate the entire screen every second. Because that's what you have to have there, otherwise it just doesn't work. And preferably things that can do damage while you are doing other things as well. Well, I'm almost capped on resistances. We will be fine. Holy shit. This is some trash damage, dude.
My spirits are spent.
I can actually cleave. Like forever. But I can't frenzy forever. So I guess we're cleaving. Can't quite cleave forever either. Where are the charges, dude? Why am I doing such fucking garbage damage? Like, there's no reason for my damage to be this horrendous. I have a good weapon. I have I have mostly damage nodes. Why is this game so fucking dogshit? It is insane. I don't understand how they can balance a game this poorly. I don't get it. Like, it's not balanced at all.
I believe in traveling light. A jewel like no other. I think I'm starting to like this ray blast.
Then a large part of it is just that they're still using like archaic ass itemization. That's why in reality, like, spells are just better. For leveling, like, they're just better designed. Spells just give you damage. Weapons should do the same thing as, like, weapons or spells and melee should be designed in the same way. It shouldn't be two different systems the way it is. I struggle to care about weapon identity in the sense of the weapon like doing something unique. So I do think that they're doing the right thing in that they're talking about making the identity of a weapon be the skills you can use. That's how you should do it. Anything else is retarded, and it's also it's a dead end, and it's just not gonna do anything. The identity should be, and that's an issue with like all games, that everything is just passive functionality everywhere. Because the game isn't deeper than attack enemy with left click or normal attack. Like that's it. That's all there is to it always. And it's just not good enough. What class did I go? I am a duelist. I am making a cleave. Still lagging. Making a cleave bleed build is one of the worst things you can make.
How you doing?
I don't know if the stream is lagging or if it's just my screen, but I don't know what's going on with my computer. It should be fine. Why am I doing it if it's bad? Because I like playing theme builds. I like doing what I want to do. Playing the builds that are good in this game is not fun, because they're all thematic aberrations or abominations. It might just be my preview, but things are weird. I just want it to work. Maybe it will work. I doubt it. I strongly doubt it. I'm huge. Why is my damage so bad? Like, it's ridiculously pathetic. Like, I specifically gone for damage, and it's still dog shit. Like, yeah, I did get like a life node. Bad, I guess. Now, what I need is I need items with correct sockets. It's just that the items I've found are really good, but they have really dog shit sockets, so I can't have any. Can't have any support gems equipped. A Path of Exile 2 is going to be so much better when it comes to that. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they do, and I'm going to be greatly disappointed, but I am glad the game is changing. Much needed, in my opinion. I don't think I even have my bleed thing equipped. Where I'm literally just using like a base cleave. And Frenzy is so expensive, even if I did have gems, I couldn't equip them. I can't support it. I'm sure we'll get more damage soon. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, shit. Where did you guys come from? I mean, we have an Orb of Fusing here, which I could use. Because this armor is really good anyway. So now we have a chance to bleed. Don't have a slot for vitality. The there. Now we have slightly more damage. Slightly. All your gear has a random amount of sockets for gems. And they also have a random amount of linked sockets. And the sockets need to be linked, and they need to be the right color for the gems that you want to put in there. And what the fusing does is it re-rolls the links, so that you might get, instead of it having no links, it might have 4 links. And the best thing you can have is an item with 6 sockets, and they're all linked. Because then you can have one active ability in there, and then you have 5 support gems linked to it, making it do as much damage as possible. But that's really rare. Absolutely not unattainable by any means, but it is really rare.
Allow your wisdom to be tempered by the flames of the
And there are ways to work towards getting it right, like you can make sure you pick up fusings wherever you go, Orb of Fusing. And then eventually, when you find exactly the armor that you want, or the two-handed weapon that you want, you can spend like 500 fusings trying to 6-link it. God damn, die! See, the problem with playing melee is that as spells level up, they do a flat amount of damage. And then you have like, you know, increased percentage spell damage on your weapon. While weapons are the other way around. Weapons have a flat amount of damage, and then the ability does like 120% damage based on your weapon. So if you're playing a caster, you don't need a weapon. So you're just always at a decent like base level of power as you're just progressing through the game. While if you're playing a melee character, you have to know a bunch of tricks to make sure that you have a decent weapon. Because otherwise, you're just doing like 130% of nothing. And you just can't do anything. So right now, if I get a better item base, then I can maybe make a better weapon, but it's still like kind of rough. All the trials of ascendancy. Didn't I do that? Wasn't that? Yeah. Yeah. No, we solved this puzzle here.
That somber expression doesn't become those fetching features
Now the idea with my build is that I'm going to cause them to bleed with cleave, and then I'm going to build my frenzy, which is single target, to do more damage against bleeding enemies. So then I'm gonna cleave and then I'm gonna use frenzy. That's the whole gameplay loop. It's not exactly super interesting, but that's what we're gonna do. And the problem is you need to get 100% bleed chance, and until you have that, it's super rough because it's so hard to tell if an enemy is bleeding or not, that you kind of just have to right click and then left click and just hope that they are bleeding. But right now I'm not even running the mechanic yet. I don't have enough sockets and stuff. Hatred, Grace, Dread Banner, Pride. We want Pride.
General Grievous.
Now, with Pride, we might be able to do some damage. Not that I can equip it. But it uses up all my mana. Oh, nah. We can't use it yet. What about these boots? Can we make them magical? Maximum life. They are magical, but they don't give me 10% increased movement speed. I'm gonna put them there for now. Man, I don't know. What about these? Can we get anything there? Increased attack speed. So, what do we have here? These are the gems that I want. Erupting Fever. Pride. Ruthless. Life Tap. Well, I don't necessarily need Life Tap. Favorite game design? I mean, that's a very broad question. Because, you know, it depends on what you're trying to do and what you're, like, what the genre is, for example. But I like RPGs, and when I say RPGs, I mean swords and stuff. But generally, I like MMO combat design. Like even World of Warcraft combat design is fine by me. I just like I like it when there's some kind of internal, I don't know what to call it exactly, but like a meta game within just the game, right? So it's not just that I'm going around killing monsters and questing or whatever. It's also like when I'm killing this monster, you know, I have a certain way to play my class that isn't just, you know, I'm a mage, I use firebolt, 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 firebolt. Like when you're playing World of Warcraft, or when you were playing World of Warcraft, let's say you're playing a warrior, for example, or a, let's go with a fire mage. The fire mage, I don't know if I can think of a good example, but like you could spam firebolt or fireball or whatever it's called, and then you had a random chance to get a proc that let you use pyroblast, which is like a 5-second cast time big spell that shoots a gigantic fireball. And on top of that, you also had other abilities, like you had living bomb that you were supposed to just keep up because it did damage. And then you have like some other little mechanics where you're supposed to like keep stacks of things up to do more damage, or yeah, just those kind of things. That's what I like about gameplay, that there's some kind of little cycle where there are things you're supposed to keep track of and build up towards and then use, and then, you know, the cycle repeats. And that's generally what I'm looking for. And that's why I have such issues with like Path of Exile's game design, for example, because there's nothing like that. Like you're literally just, you have one attack, and then the entire game is just about making that attack kill the entire screen as much as possible. So you're just running around pressing that one button over and over again. And that's my issue with most games. That's why I generally lean towards MMOs as well, because they generally have more advanced like gameplay, to be honest. Not always in a good way. Like Final Fantasy XIV has what I'm talking about, but they also have like 20 buttons too many that they could just get rid of. And it's just annoying to play because you have like 60 cooldowns to keep track of at all times. And it's just it's just not fun, because you're just looking at your hotbar all the time. But like it's really hard for me to point to a game, because I think for me, I feel like games are juvenile. And I don't mean that in the sense that games are like for kids or anything. I just think that when it comes to game design and gameplay depth in games, people have barely scratched the surface and they've already given up. They just gave up and they're just happy with like the bottom of the barrel. And that's why I'm always complaining about video games, because I just think they could be so much better. Like I talk about JRPGs a lot because that's what I played when I grew up. And like I played Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy is one button. It doesn't actually have a real gameplay loop. Like it's not a game. Not in reality. It just has graphics and art and music and sound that makes it feel good, and it's interactive, but it doesn't actually have real gameplay. because it's just like you just press attack button and then enemy dies. And the rest of it is literally just like, do you have enough potions to just make it through? So and potions are just like an extension of your health. So if you have enough potions, more or less, you have enough health to get to the next town. And that's like, it doesn't have more gameplay depth than that in reality. And there's like no, there are almost no JRPGs that do this differently. The only one that I can think of is Cosmic Star Heroine, which I recommend people a lot. Even though it's like a very mediocre game, it's one of the only games that actually do things in a different way. I mean, it depends a lot on which expansion you're playing. Like, I don't know how much you actually played World of Warcraft, but if you played like Vanilla or Burning Crusade or Wrath of the Lich King, it was absolutely like that. The classes were like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Absolutely, 100%. And now it's that like that as well. But there was like a small period in time where the classes had more to them. Like, that was around Mists of Pandaria and Legion. It was still not very deep, but it still, like, if you actually compare it to other RPGs, it's still the deepest and most like skill intensive RPG skills, like gameplay systems that we have. And if you still think WoW is boring, then yes, I agree. And that's my entire problem. And especially like you're also absolutely right when it comes to like the encounters in WoW, where it's like you don't actually like care about anything. You kind of just smash the boss forever. But in Mists of Pandaria, they did have... That was like the height of class complexity in WoW. WoW is just an example though, but... You had like bleeds that you kept up on warriors, and then the bleed procced random stuff so that you could use overpower now and then. I don't really like it. It could be better, but all I'm saying is that there were a lot of things going on, and there was actually like some skill to do it well, as obvious by the DPS meters, because people couldn't play the game. Now, I would prefer, like, I know you haven't been really tuning into the Black Desert streams, but that kind of gameplay it feels it's more fun because it's more like action oriented. You know, the attack itself has like an area. It's more about like actually getting out of the way of enemies, you know, where they're attacking and stuff. But then the game just doesn't have any class depth. Like you just find a string of skills that you use, and then you just like repeat that in a circle forever, because there's like you don't have any meters that you build up and then can spend, and you don't have any, you know, any combo points that you build up and you can spend or anything like that. It's just like it doesn't have anything. But Cosmic Star Heroine is kind of nice because I do like its take on turn-based to some degree. Like, I still would do it differently personally, but it's got a lot of planning ahead, and you know that a character is going to do a lot of damage next turn, so you know that, okay, now I'm gonna buff him, or something like that. Stuff like that. It's super badly balanced though. You can basically like kill the last boss in 2 hits because there's too much like character synergy, but it is what it is. Was I going to use these? I think so. Put Frenzy in there. And then we can put in melee physical damage. Also put in melee physical damage there. And put in Ruthless there. Now I don't think Pokemon has builds. I don't think Pokemon has real gameplay either. Pokemon is just rock, paper, scissors.
I am.
Yeah, I can't get clarity.
Go with the spirit.
Why is it lagging? I don't understand.
There you go.
Oh, we don't want to sell Blood Rage.
Don't do anything I would.
Bye.
I will. Goodbye.
Yes. Watch yourself.
Stay out of the shadows. Late night.
But it's time to stop. I have to stop. I have things I need to do tomorrow. And this is never gonna stop.
You get in there.
So that'll be it for tonight. So, thanks for hanging. Have a good night. Bye-bye.